Because a lot of these things that these influencers are telling them to do is not bringing joy to their life. That's why you also see a lot of these women who, after they break up with these good dudes, they're making these videos crying, talking about how they messed up. What's up, guys? I want to welcome y'all back to the Dime Trap, where we trap dimes. In today's video, I want to talk about how impossible it is to make these modern women happy. It don't matter what you do. If you go and buy these girls flowers every day, you go and you compliment them every day, you go and you take them on lavish dates, any of that stuff, at the end of the day, they're still going to find a way to say that they're not happy. Eventually, they're going to get bored of those things, and they're going to feel like it's a cycle, that you're just doing this because this is something that you always do. And this is something that men have to realize. Like, nothing that you do is going to satisfy them, because they always want more, no matter what. Look at how women nowadays are up and just leaving their husbands. Even the women who are living that soft life, who don't have to worry about working, who don't have to worry about any of these things, they're still finding reasons to leave their husbands. It's like, you can even look at how they buy clothes. They'll go buy an outfit, get dressed up in that outfit, and that outfit will sit in the closet forever because it's already been worn, it's already been done. They always need something brand new. They're never happy with a cycle. That's why a lot of these women out here live their lives in chaos. They'll go and they'll spend all their money and then struggle through the week because they need that chaos. They need that struggle. They need that, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So don't get mad when these women are going off on you about little things when you're doing everything right. And I'm starting to think that these women are just unhappy beings. Like, it's nothing that you can do. And as much as they say they want this, that, and the other, they really don't want it. We can go back to the dating market. I remember back in around 2019, 2018, you had this influx of women on dating apps and all over the internet saying they don't want to go on regular dates. Take them to a park, take them hiking, take them to go do this, that, and the other. Then they did these things because men were listening. They took them on these hikes, and these women realized that climbing a mountain or going on these long hikes is hard work, and they realized that that shit wasn't fun. So now it's done turned to, we want these lavish ass dates. You take them on these lavish ass dates, and then it turns into, I don't like the food at these restaurants. I want to now go on trips to Dubai and trips to Jamaica and trips to all these other places. It's like, no matter what we do, they're going to figure out something else to do. And it's usually based off of what they're seeing other people do. So you got all these women on TikTok, all these women on YouTube now telling women to switch it up and do this, that, and the other. And it's like, we'll never be able to catch up. We'll never be able to make them happy because they're constantly wanting to follow the next trend. They're constantly wanting to do the next thing that they're seeing other people do. And it's gotten men to the point, or at least it's gotten me to the point where it's like, fuck, I might as well just give up because I'm never going to make this girl happy. It's like my last relationship, right? For a whole year, my ex didn't have to work. She could stay at the house and take care of the house. After a certain amount of time, and it probably wasn't even a whole month, she was bored. And I had to come home and deal with arguing and deal with this, that, and the other. And it's like, I'm giving you the thing that you want. Why is it still a problem? And now this is like a big reason why so many men now are choosing not to date. A lot of men are choosing to stick to themselves and not have to deal with that chaos and that bullshit, because no matter what we do, we still gonna have to deal with bullshit. And then you got these people like Share7 and these other influencers trying to paint this picture like they're in this different ass situation, but really a lot of these women that are influencers are dealing with the same thing. Like, they're listening to other influencers, and those influencers are listening to other influencers, and they all being influenced to do bullshit. And I had seen a video the other day that was talking about how how easily women are influenced, and that's why all these things are being directed to them to follow and not directed to men to follow. And it even goes back to biblical times. Like, Eve ate the apple because she was influenced by the serpent. And through generation and generation and generation, they realized that, and they constantly keep influencing the women. And a lot of this shit that we seeing on the internet is propaganda. A lot of this stuff we seeing on the internet ain't even being pushed by American people. It's being pushed by other countries. A lot of these influencers that we seeing nowadays aren't even real people. It's AI. But other countries know that if you put a separation and a divide between the man and the woman in America, it's going to destroy the whole system in America. So now another thing that's happening, because these women have followed these influencers, we're seeing an uptick on women now dealing with heart attacks, dealing with becoming anemic. And it's all because now they're dealing with the stress that men were put on this earth to be able to deal with, and in reality they're not able to deal with it. And it's all messed up. Like, and we gotta blame the internet. We gotta blame the fact that women are so easily influenced. And truthfully, like, I understand like why a lot of men are giving up. It's because look at what we had to deal with. Like, I was just looking at a video that caused me to put on this video. It was a woman who decided to turn lesbian and start dating women, and now she's talking about how she understands what men are dealing with, because now she's seeing how women act. And she's seeing that you can't make a woman happy. And trying to make a woman happy does nothing but put stress on men. And get us to a point where it's like, damn, ain't nothing I can do. Nothing I do is right for you. And it's messed up, man. But I just wanted to make this video just to let men know, like, don't get too frustrated when you doing this, that, and the other, and your girl or the girl you're talking to is still not happy. I think it's just built in their DNA from so many years of being told, do this, change this, change this, change this, change this. They can't even keep their hair the same. They constantly have to change the way they look, because they can't deal with the same. Where men, we can deal with the same. We can do the same thing every day. We can keep the same hairstyle every day. We can wear clothes over and over and over and over and over again. But they look at us as something's wrong with us because we're fine with being on a routine. We're fine with doing the same things over and over. And until they realize that this is how men are genetically built, it's always going to be that clash between the two of us. We'll never be able to get to a point of peace being in a relationship with a woman. And it's sad to say, and it's sad that it has to be this way, but it is what it is until these women get away from these influencers and go back to influencing themselves based off of what makes them happy. Because a lot of these things that these influencers are telling them to do is not bringing joy to their life. That's why you also see a lot of these women who, after they break up with these good dudes, they're making these videos crying, talking about how they messed up. And They're not realizing that these women aren't doing nothing but leading them into a cycle of unhappiness. And it's also funny, I saw a video yesterday that talked about how the feminist movement was created to liberate women, but in reality, it's really liberated men and put women in a jacked up situation. It's put women in a situation of now having to work more than they ever had to work before. While the man was already used to working all the time, now the man doesn't have to come home to chaos after work. And the woman is sitting there lonely because she can't throw her chaos on anybody anymore. Because she's at the house by herself now. Now she's single. She has nobody to vent to every day with her bullshit. And it's funny as hell. Like, all these women wanted to be feminists, but really it's helped men. It's really taken away the stress that men have been dealing with, having to juggle work and a home life with these women. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video real quick because of the videos I've seen and the video I just saw just now. And if you feel the same way, like no matter what you do, it's never enough for these women, I guess we just got to give them grace and be like, hey, this is what it is what it is. It is what it is. And they won't listen to us when we tell them to stop listening to these influencers. They won't listen to us when we tell them that this is what the average relationship looks like. Because they're only looking at a highlight reel of what's on the internet. But anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all on the next video. Peace. Try, yeah.